purest essence of what makes a business tick is sometimes fleeting. It's not always available to draw on demand. So if you can capture these things on video, you're capturing magic in a bottle. My name is Tyson, and I own New Line Media. I really believe that the keystone to any successful business is the connection that business builds with the people that it serves. Traditionally, these attributes were all achieved through interpersonal communication. It came through authentic connection. Then the arena of the internet introduced a whole range of resources that expand what businesses were capable of achieving. But the trade-off for these new resources was that authentic connection with the people that we serve. And without that connection factor, businesses become commodities, just a name and a price tag. So the dilemma businesses face today is how to preserve that sense of connection in a digital space. And I believe that the answer to that problem is video. At New Line Media, my goal is to help you take your influence, your passion, your spirit, your essence, and make it available to anyone, at any time, no matter where they are. When the power of video is truly harnessed, it can become so much more than just a flashy way to promote yourself. Video can help your business build trust in those you serve or want to serve. It can build familiarity. It provides information and education, and most of all, it can pull your customer into your space for a few moments and give them a taste of what working with you would be like. It provides them with that in-house connection experience, no matter where they are. And that is what I focus on, because it's all about making a connection. So if you're a business owner who's ready to shift gears and unbind yourself using video as the business asset that it should be, then go to my site and submit a request to work with me. If I think I'm going to be the best fit for you, then I will reach out and we will schedule a time to meet.
Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business show with your hosts, Brian Magleby and Tyler Price.
Welcome back.
Hey, we're here.
We are here, wrapping out the final day of March.
There we go.
March Madness has now left us, and we're looking forward to some April, what is that saying? April showers bring May flowers. So I guess we'll see if we can get rid of all the snow.
I think we got enough snow to get us flowers, so I don't think we need the rain.
It should be bringing us, and hopefully the reservoirs are full this year. So welcome to some Talkin' Business. Last week, Kristen Sanger. Wow.
Yeah, the East Idaho Credit Union's doing some great things. We got
stepping it up with the businesses in Eastern Idaho, and one store in one location.
Over there on Meridian,
in
right?
Meridian,
But that business thing, we're hoping that's an annual event. They did a business contest that went well, so I think that's great.
Going to be absolutely, and they have those $3,000, the loans that they give for startup businesses. Wow, what a shot in the arm that can be.
Yeah, no.
So if you're a business and you need a little bit of help, encourage you to go check out East Idaho Credit Union. They've got 11 locations, yes?
Yeah.
11 locations, plus they're adding 2 more.
Yeah. Awesome.
So it's great things. Excited about our show today. We've got the CEO and COO, the 2 big bosses, let's just say, of Fueled Apparel. And man, they are just doing some great things. Fueled Apparel and Design, absolutely. They're expanded down into Pocatello area as well as being here in Idaho Falls. I went and toured their facility. Absolutely. They got the coolest automated machines that I've ever seen in that type of a business by far.
Well, great. No, definitely looking forward to talking to them.
Tiffany, Franco, and Josh Scott will be our guests on the show today of Talkin-Business. And man, they have just got a super thing going. So we're excited to have them. Let's, before we get in and bring them on, let's talk about the classes. Let's change it up a little bit, do some classes. We have a class starting next week.
Yeah.
That is going to be absolutely, if you're in business less than 5 years, let me just talk to you for a minute. You need to be in that class, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You've taken the class.
It's been a minute, but yeah, it was a great class.
Fundamentals of business success. We talk about day one, we start with elevator pitches, and guess what? we end the class. We talk about elevator pitches, because when you have the opportunity to present your business, you need to have a good elevator pitch. And we start working on that in day one, and we finish it out 6 weeks later. It's a class starting next Wednesday, April 5th, and goes for 6 weeks. Wednesday afternoons from 1:30 to 3, you need to have your butt in the seat there. If you haven't registered, you got to get there. What's the percentage of businesses that fail?
It's your quote was 90%, or your
90%,
statistic,
yep.
which is a big number. So there is method to the madness in terms of what does it take to run a successful business, and being able to speak to it and have those elevator pitches and do those things is part of it.
If you want to know the secrets of being successful, talk about financial strategies to running your business by your financials, growth and marketing strategies, building a team. I'm going to be teaching the class, as is some other organizations. BBSI will be there. This is a crucial class for any business that's not that wants to make it past that 90% that fail in 5 years.
Yeah.
You got to be in the seat next week. It's going to be a phenomenal class. If you can't attend it in person, we will be recording it, or you can participate on Zoom. So we are making all the exceptions for this class. It's absolutely going to be a great one. If you want to bring some people from your organization, call and talk to us. We'd be glad to entertain. If you can't make it, have other people from your organization join us. But we will make all things, whatever we got to do to get people in this Fundamentals of Business Success class. It's one of our best feedback class that people say they learn so much on that to make sure that they're still in business come 5 years.
Yeah, big deal. So
it is. We got a QuickBooks class starting in May that we'll be talking about in the month of April. So we're excited to have that class as well in April. So let's talk about our sponsors.
Boy, we have some sponsors, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. BBSI, they do great things. And if you are looking for payroll, if you're looking for client or staffing, you need help in sales. I mean, they just check a lot of boxes and talk about having success long term. It takes partners like BBSI to help any business. So
it is great things, and their two middle initials, they sponsor our Total BS segment.
Yeah.
Each and every week. This week we're going to be talking to Mrs. Powell's. Oh, we talk about them almost every week.
Yeah.
They're just absolutely phenomenal. Amy Romrell there.
Yeah, Amy, she knows what she's doing. She makes great sandwiches. They make great soups. They make great salads, but their cinnamon rolls are phenomenal.
Yeah, we may have participated in one of those. So
she'll bring them occasionally to a meeting that we attend together, and yeah.
Style House Decor. All of our set here is thanks to Style House. Thanks to Christy Carlquist there. And man, if you need a house you're selling, she's the company to go to stage a house. It sells quicker, faster, and for more money if you use the staging.
Yep, and they do a great job. They make those houses look like $1 million. So
they do, absolutely good.
SBDC, best kept secret in Idaho.
If you need help with your business, we're here to help you. Go check out, request an appointment. How much does it cost, by the way?
Yeah, that's a free service to get some eyeballs on your business, and these are people that have had success in business that are helping with this. So
very good. IdahoSBDC.org. You can request an appointment. Just hit the simple Get Help button, and you can do that. So the Idaho Innovation Center. We've got some big things happening here with the Idaho Innovation Center, bringing on some new tenants that are going to be phenomenal. If you want to participate in a place that's called a makerspace, that you want to come in, whether it's you need welding, 3D printing, sewing, anything, they're going to have all that stuff that you can just come in and I call it the dream space.
Yeah, that's amazing, because you're able to take something, start building some prototypes, or to then be able to take to manufacturing, right? I mean, so that would just be one of many things that you could do there.
It's just going to be amazing to have that here. If you need an office, come check us out. Occasionally, we do have some offices come open, and we would be glad to have you as a tenant here.
And if you need some kitchen space, right?
That's amazing. Come check out our commercial kitchen that we just added this year. Excited to have that. Man, it's getting some traction and going, and a culinary kitchen for you to prepare all your food that's legal and authorized. with the health department. So we're excited to have that going here. Vulpine Marketing keeps us up to date every week, and New Line Media.
Did you say Man Cave Innovations?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, don't forget about them.
They provided our equipment here,
Yeah.
Man Cave Innovations.
They're going to
We
take that
appreciate
equipment
that.
back.
They
now.
will take that. Repossessed. So we appreciate all of our sponsors. We couldn't do the show each and every week with them. So we've got Tiffany, Franco, and Josh Scott here with Fueled Apparel. And we're going to be welcoming them there to the set. They're going to talk about the amazing business that they built here in Eastern Idaho. So excited to have them here and talk about their business. And so we're going to watch this is a couple minute video, but we're going to just show probably a minute and a half of it. And it's a kind of a video tour of some of the things that they of their place that they have in there and some of the things that they do. So watch this quick, and then we'll welcome on Tiffany Franco and Josh Scott.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's a great example of what you do. So
So you've been doing this for a second. So how does somebody, or what inspired you to get into the business, and then what do you feel really sets you guys apart?
I think what inspired us is we were looking for people to do this for us. Screen printing and embroidery.
Yeah.
We'd run a couple businesses before, and customer service was terrible.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter where we went. It never changed. And so I think that's one thing we knew we could do better.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a dog eat dog business. Anybody can do it. Really, it's not rocket science.
Right.
But when you're not getting taken care of and you think you can do it, well, that's when you throw up the e-myth there. That's when you...
Yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about the e-myth today. So that's, and I'm glad someone's that I've seen that can see a business has positive results coming from that. So excited to talk about that. But what a great business. And so kind of talk about the 7 years that you guys have done. Kind of give us an idea of the scope of the type of things that you can do for a company.
Yeah, I can take that one. Yeah, so obviously in our name we do apparel and design. Mm-hmm. So we can do screen printing, embroidery. You saw in the video, we do laser engraving. So that means we can laser engrave quite a few things. Yeah, mugs. Mm-hmm. We've done guns, glasses, all sorts of things. We've done watches. So we can do that. Promotional products. We just signed up with ASI,
wow.
Yeah, so we can offer over 1 million different promotional products to our customers, and so that's on our website.
Don't go to that for imprint that you see all the commercials on. Shop local.
Yeah, and really the offering that we have is now just as good as what 4imprint can offer, but it's local, so that's pretty awesome. But
gotta check them out. So talk about the locations that you have.
Yeah, so obviously we've been in Idaho Falls. I guess, it is Idaho Falls, even though it's more in the Ammon side. Mm-hmm. But we just opened a location in Pocatello as well. We opened that in September. So that's just kind of right on Pocatello Creek Road. So it's pretty easy to find and a pretty good location.
Very good. We'll talk about what the reason why you got into this business I mean, that you built. I mean, I just got to say, I went and toured it a couple of weeks I guess it was last week, and absolutely the most automated equipment that I've ever seen in this type of a business.
I think you have to. Like I explained earlier, it's kind of a dog-eat-dog deal, and so you've got to stay one step in front of your competition. I don't know if... Yeah.
And you with the technology of equipment that you have, you are a step ahead of anything I've ever seen before. So absolutely great.
Yeah, and so one thing that we never stay stagnant. We always want to keep offering new things, the newest processes. We always want to be better. I think that's one thing that sometimes the shops in our industry fall into a rut, and they just want to do what they're used to doing.
Focusing on the customer and things like that.
Yeah. So we always try to be better, always trying to offer the newest, coolest thing. And that I give that credit to Josh, because he always comes into the office with all these ideas, and we're all like, oh my goodness. And sometimes
always decked out in the coolest apparel. So always jealous of it. So.
Yeah.
So when you go to look at buying a piece of equipment, like you have a laser, I'm sure you got a pretty decent sized embroiderer machine, right?
Yeah.
So then one of you has to get the manual out and figure out how to work that, because that seems like pretty complicated.
Yes.
I mean, you make it look good, the apparel ends up. So what's the learning curve when you buy new equipment?
Yeah.
I think everything that we've done, we've taught ourselves.
Wow.
Our embroidery equipment, we did have a salesman come out, set up the machines, but that was the easy part. The digitizing, the software side, was the hard part.
Yeah.
And where we found success there was surrounding ourselves with the right people, the right employees. We had a gal that we'd hired that knew how to do digitizing. Blew our minds. We didn't even know she knew how to do it.
Wow.
And that made everything, the fire was hot from the go there. So as far as screen printing and everything else, it was YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. So
we like to throw ourselves into the fire with that. Funny thing, when we learned how to do laser engraving, we just bought it for fun. Let's buy
Check
this
it out.
and see, what it can do. It helps to cut out fabric for applique for embroidery and stuff. And so our very first job was 6,000 computers for District 93. And so we were like, what do we do? So we were trying to figure out how to use this machine on computers.
Our computers, our personal computers.
Yeah.
So all of our laptops we were throwing in the machine and trying to engrave on them. We ruined 2 of them.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just like to kind of throw ourselves to the fire and hit the ground running, I guess, with that.
Wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, you can do the basics of screen printing, or you can do what are some other aspects of the apparel industry that you do? Yeah,
so we do sublimation. That is
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
We have I had a barbershop that I recently sold, but our capes, we would have things on there. Well, those things, when whatever design eventually either fades out or comes off.
Yeah.
But the sublimation, that's good to know that you guys do that.
Yeah, and we do some smaller scale in-house, and then obviously we have some vendors that help us do the bigger, overall printing for the sublimation. And then we obviously do some vinyl work, but not very much. The embroidery is great. Can you think of anything?
Talked about DTF.
Yeah, okay. So the newest thing in the industry is DTF.
Even I know what that DTF, but I bet you they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, so the newest thing in the industry is DTF.
Direct to fabric.
Direct to film, actually.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So there's direct to garment, and then there's direct to film. And so direct to film, it prints basically like an inkjet printer onto this clear film, and then we heat press it onto the shirt. But that keeps us from having minimums. It's really nice. We went to a trade show in October, and that was the new best thing. But it's really nice because it gives us more of an on-demand offering for our customers as opposed to...
There's also no barrier to entry for colors. You can do any color you want.
Wow.
Any gradient, anything you want, short of metallics or anything funky like that.
Yeah.
Makes the one-off stuff really easy. You know, we've done classes for, they'll bring in preschools, and the little kids can draw their mom and their dad, and we can print it on a shirt.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
easy. It's just one shirt, right? So
Wow.
it's there's no barrier to entry on creating a single shirt or 100 shirts. So it's all the same thing. So
Wow, and pricing. I know you guys have done this. I think you got like 100 shirts for like $500 or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of a special that you guys have run that. I don't know if you're still doing it.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, so we're offering 100 shirts, one-sided print, one color, unless the design can have two without adding another one. So what we do is we underbase colors with white. A lot of places in town charge extra for that.
Yep.
We don't. To us, that's just necessary for good quality. And so we don't charge extra for that. And so if white is already needed to make that one color show up, we'll let the white kind of be incorporated into the design as well, free of charge. But yeah, so 100 shirts for $4.89 a shirt, which is $489.
Under $500.
Yeah.
To get 100 freaking shirts.
Yeah, it's a great deal. So
Absolutely phenomenal.
So who are you seeing as your clients then primarily? Is it the people just wanting to come in with, hey, I want this one shirt, or is it businesses, or is it, because at that price you would think that some little t-shirt hustler could get out there and really.
Right.
So yeah, who do you speak to? Who is your client?
we have a lot. So obviously businesses are very big for us. We do a lot of stuff for the schools, local clubs. Josh's parents, they live in Maui. They own a distillery. We do work for them, so we do some private label printing as well.
Oh, I need to deliver some stuff over
Yeah,
to them.
right.
Favorite place in
I'll
the
get
whole
you the
world.
address.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where's it at over there?
They're in Kula, Maui.
Oh, wow.
So they do a vodka and rum distillery up there. So.
Do they really? Wow, I think I'll need to visit them and
terrible.
deliver
Yeah.
some products to them. So.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's not a bad way to go. So
somebody can just walk in off the street, say this is the design I want, and you would do one shirt.
yeah.
Wow.
Yep, we can do that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you talked about minimums, and there's a lot of places that they don't want to touch it because of the expense of the
Right.
setup, right?
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
no minimums, no setup fees.
Wow.
So, and that was the direct-to-film printer. I think
Yeah.
that's the king, man. It's going to kick everybody's butt.
Yes,
So
it
is
is.
that a machine that you can stick in a trailer and go to an event, or is it like a big enough machine?
That thing
it
is
has
more
to be-
finicky than my girlfriend.
Yeah, so you're
And,
not moving. Yeah,
No, it
You're
stays.
not
It
gonna go
stays.
there.
It stays home.
yeah.
We actually did just do an event though. So what people do there is they print a bunch of the designs and then bring the heat press, and then we did it for the state hockey tournament.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, yep. So we just brought blank shirts and the logos and a bunch of extra logos and numbers and all that, and then people could buy their shirt, pick what logos they wanted put on there. So we can do events in that way. You just have to print everything ahead
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Absolutely great. So when we have our guests fill out a thing online to give us just some talking points, and man, we could be here for a week of the advice that you give to businesses. We'll go into that. We talk about the being in why in business, but the one thing I want to talk about is the E-Myth, and tell us how that book has influenced your business.
That book probably was the closest thing to shutting down our business. I think when we were halfway through that book, we were both almost in tears because it's exactly right.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, I've got. If I have any advice, it's the first thing you do is you read that book.
I have like 5 that I give out. I give them out every week in my office. That's how important that book is.
It's extremely important to anybody. So you have to humble yourself and surround yourself with people that know way more than you.
Yeah.
Everybody that works for me is way smarter than me in one category or another,
Yep.
by far. And so that like I said, that's extremely important. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it all, right? And so it's.
And you fit yourself in from being the technician to the manager to the entrepreneur and to the automation of what you've got to do to systemize your business and everything. Just an entrepreneur that believes in the E-Myth is I've talked about it many times on the show here, is just it's the number one book being out there in business.
I think 7 years in, we're finding out more that we don't know what we're doing, right? If I have any advice, my second line of advice is treat it like a business from day one. We weren't bookkeepers from day one, and so you find yourself catching up as fast as you can after 3 or 4 years, and it takes too much time away from everything else that needs to be done. So it's you're not a bookkeeper if you are a creator, and so you got to be careful with that stuff.
So your business couldn't be done in Maui. It has to be done here.
Can be done in Maui. We thought about it.
Yeah, because this time of year it starts to wear on us a little bit, but we love the area. But your parents said we're going to Maui, and so but you guys are still here, so that's a good thing for our communities.
Yep.
Yeah. We built something great before we kind of tossed the idea around of going there, and so. We just decided to stay and keep this thing going and just make it so we can visit whenever we want. Yeah, so that's the goal.
That is good. That's good too, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's great. So I'm going to give a couple things that is kind of the advice that they give on here. Understanding that you shouldn't do everything yourself and surround yourself with good people, as Josh said. One major factor to a business is to have that team. Another thing, work on your business, not in your business. That's one of the hardest things, I think, for people to understand, that their business is gonna go nowhere if they work in their business instead of on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys have learned that.
We have learned it, and that's the hardest thing to do. I think any business owner will tell you. You've heard this 1,000 times. That is the hardest part of owning business is working on your business because it's expensive. Yeah. You have to have enough people to do the job while you're working on the business, right? So it's a really high hurdle to get to, and I've heard it 1,000 times. That is the hardest part of owning a business.
It is.
So
another bit of advice: pay attention to your competitors and the market. Don't ever let your company become stale. Markets are constantly changing, and treat your business from day one like it is a big company, and that's phenomenal. Join networking groups. Talk about some of the networking. I've seen you at many of the networking groups here in the area. Talk about those.
Yeah, I would say that is the best thing that we've done for our business, is just working really hard to build relationships. We've done different kinds of advertising. I've actually heard from someone today that, I see you guys everywhere. Yes, we advertise in numerous different ways. But the one thing that really made the difference for us was trying to just get out there and join networking groups and join the Chamber of Commerce and go to schools and support school functions and all of that. So that's been great for
involved in the chamber. I think you're almost at every luncheon that they have, and that's where we come into this. So we'll blame it on that, won't we, Josh? So but you're very involved with networking groups. I know that you're in a networking group with my twin brother, and we have multiple groups that are meeting actually as we speak downstairs and stuff. But it's so important for businesses to be involved. You take it to the next level by even being involved with teams and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Talk to us. Is there anything else that the community needs to know about Fueled Apparel? You do all the graphic design. You do a bunch of that too as well.
Yeah, so I am a graphic designer, and so I did most of it. We have had a graphic designer for a little over a year, probably a year and a half. So that's given me a little bit more time to kind of get out of the business, and work on it like we were talking about. But yeah, so I am a graphic designer. But also I have to run the place. It seems like that takes, sometimes when she asks me for help, I can't because I have so much going on. But we offer a great graphic design program.
If you're new into business, they can help you in so many ways, designing the logo to putting it onto shirts, putting it onto cards. I mean, everything, putting it onto mugs, engraving it onto mugs. You can get everything that you need done at Fueled Apparel and Design here in Idaho Falls and Pocatello. Congratulations on your expansion down into Pocatello. That's great to be able to. I can tell you that there's not many companies of your nature that have multiple locations like that. So absolutely phenomenal. Is there anything else that you want the community to know about Fueled Apparel and Design?
Don't look at me.
Okay.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, I guess one thing that we haven't really touched on, one thing that really sets us apart is the software that we have. I haven't seen it with anybody else in our area. It gives us the opportunity to offer stores to people, for business owners who want to be able to order merch for their employees, get their items out to the public. We can set commissions, so that's great for school programs, for fundraising. And so that's one thing that really, I believe, sets us apart from everybody else is that software that we offer, because it's very professional. And we've been into some of our competitors, and they have whiteboards up with, this job is in this stage and this job is in this stage, but ours is all digital. So no margin for error, really.
Yeah, I gotta say, when I walked into the location and met with Nicole, and she took me on a tour of the place, absolutely the best revolutionary design that I've ever seen in a place. So, and absolutely just a clean, well done location, and the business that you guys are doing is absolutely phenomenal.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to keep it up. So let's talk about this quote that you have. I love this quote. So talk to us about that.
Yeah. So obviously success is ever changing. There's no measure some people measure success differently. But like I said, the market is always changing. We've talked to quite a few business owners who have found success in one business, and then something changed the market, and it just completely changed what their success level was. And so, like I said, we just like to keep changing with the market and always trying to be better, because success doesn't just stop at one point. You just have to keep working for it. We have what's the other quote we have in our building about success and how you have to constantly chase it? But you have to constantly keep chasing success. And
failure is never fatal. So absolutely phenomenal. I love that quote. So very good. So let's talk. You guys have brought a phenomenal gift to give away. This is I think once again these people just keep stepping it up. These guests in the email that we said bring a gift of $25 to $50. These guys went a little bit over that, so they have here a $250 gift certificate for your business to get apparel at Fueled Apparel and Design. So can you help me out with a trivia question?
Well, I think it's so they both grew up in Idaho, but someone's parents decided to go to warmer climate. Where did Josh's parents decide to move?
Here we are at the end of May or March, and I'm dreaming of being there.
Yeah.
Favorite place in the whole world. So text me that question. Just there it is. There's the phone number. If you text me the answer to that question, that's a good one, dude, for coming up on impromptu on that. Tell us where they're living, and you could win $250 to Fueled Apparel and Design. Thank you for providing that. That is absolutely phenomenal. So we have some great shows coming up, but let's talk about this segment that we have coming. That we are going to be talking today about, I think it's Mrs.
Powell's, yeah.
Amy. Yeah. So we've got the Total BS segment coming up here with Jared Oviatt from BBSI, and we're going to be talking all about talking some BS.
Yeah.
With Jared there and talking about Mrs. Powell's, and I'm just dying to have one of those cinnamon rolls right now.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in today. Check out this segment here of Total BS, compliments of BBSI. Thanks, everybody. Very good. Well, welcome back. Let's talk some Total BS. We are getting really good at talking BS, aren't we?
We are.
Wow.
And we try to sneak some legit stuff in there.
That's right. But Total BS, yes, it stands for Business Spotlight, sponsored by BBSI, and what a great team. We spotlight and talk a lot about a business every single week. But I got to tell you, BBSI is absolutely, when we talk about having great staffing and stuff like the top of the line employees, and you're one of them, works at BBSI. So I just got to put a little plug in there that what a phenomenal company Jeremy has there, and just you guys are doing phenomenal.
Yeah, thanks. We love supporting businesses in the region. Our whole mantra is that we want to help business owners prosper and succeed. And that's why I like Mrs. Powell's, is because we talk about success and prospering. This was a company that, under the franchise model and all that kind of stuff, once upon a time was almost gone.
It was almost gone. So, and Amy and her husband bought Mrs. Powell's and have done phenomenally. If you haven't eaten lunch in there, tried one of their sandwiches, and then all about their pastries. I mean, if you're mouth doesn't water from just pulling in the parking lot there at Albertsons in Ammon, when you go in there, I guarantee your tongue will be salivating. So
yeah, they do. Great products, great food. Everybody loves Mrs. Powell's cinnamon rolls, famous for that, but they have a lot of other things as well. What I love about, from a business standpoint, because the product is nothing compares to it, right? But from a business standpoint, a tough business model, right? You're baking early in the morning. You
tough
hope
to get employees.
People through in terms of selling your retail product up front. But what I really like is that you can actually find a lot of Mrs. Powell's products
in other
places around here. So not only do they have the retail part of their business on the bakery, but they have a great wholesale business as well. That when we get our afternoon sugar fix, you drive through a FizzBiz or something like that.
You're going to be getting a Mrs.
business. Yep. Yeah, you're going to get products from Mrs. Powell's. So again, spotlighting what I think is a great turnaround story.
Yep.
That resurrected essentially an amazing product with an amazing brand. And not only just resurrected it, but expanded it and made it more sustainable and has a better footprint in the marketplace. So I cannot encourage you enough to walk through the door. Grab some food.
I'm telling you, you need to go. If you have not seen their family cinnamon roll, have you seen that?
I have not. I've heard about it.
It's a cinnamon roll this big. And
those normal ones are big enough for a family
they are.
Like Mike.
But this one here is this big. And Tyler and I actually got one, and man, I'll tell you, it lasted my family the whole weekend. It's enough for probably six cinnamon rolls, 6 to 8 cinnamon rolls.
I think I could have one of those for my birthday coming up this summer, and it would probably hold enough candles.
It might burn down the house, but hey, check it out if you haven't got one of those family cinnamon rolls. I mean, Amy is so supportive of our show here, one of our great sponsors, but she also sponsors one of my businesses doing triathlons here. She shows up to a lot of those events, and she is just so involved and done such phenomenal things with Mrs. Powell's, and we're so appreciative of Mrs. Powell's Bakery and the work that they're doing. So what's some great guests. We had Fueled on the show today, and then Mrs. Powell's. We've got a top line list today, and we appreciate you tuning in to Talkin' Business. Go visit Mrs. Powell's.
Yes.
Your stomach will thank you. So thanks for watching Talkin' Business today. Make it a great weekend.
Idaho Innovation Center, taking your business to the next level. The Idaho Innovation Center is a business incubator located in eastern Idaho, providing resources to companies where entrepreneurs can confidently and aggressively start and grow their small business through collaboration, education, mentoring, and shared resources. Here's what some tenants of the Idaho Innovation Center have said. The classes they hold at the Idaho Innovation Center have proven to be invaluable for my business and its growth. The Idaho Innovation Center has given my business the support when needed in areas of business strategy, marketing, networking, and growth opportunities. An innovative tenant said, "The training and mentoring has helped us accomplish things we would never have done on our own. Thank you." And a technology client said, "The Idaho Innovation Center has been a perfect partner for our startup. The staff is focused on taking business to the next level, and we have." And finally, I would recommend the Idaho Innovation Center as the best resource to either start or grow your business in eastern Idaho. The Idaho Innovation Center, stimulating entrepreneurial spirit and innovation through business growth and development in Eastern Idaho. At the Idaho Innovation Center, entrepreneurs can confidently grow their business through networking and educational opportunities with experienced business professionals. There is access to many free amenities, including one-on-one business mentoring and advising through the Small Business Development Center, conference room usage, and reception services. Everything we do at the Idaho Innovation Center is designed to help keep costs down and energy up for growth-oriented businesses.
Let the Idaho Innovation Center take your business to the next level.